What's up, everybody? Jensen Cummings here. Thank you as always for tuning in. We're talking in startup mode. When do I hire? Such a critical question. Too often we do it very reactionary in this business, and so we want to really dig into that. And
for me, I have a full-time job on top of launching this food truck. So trying to find that balance of still maintaining the full-time job, because I do love what I do there, even though it's kind of in a weird world right now because of being in catering and events. So what does it take to get launched? And then at what point in time do I start bringing people in? Because maybe I am doing a bunch of weddings this year, but I still want the food truck to still kind of be out there and still kind of building that brand, or having somebody help with the prep on the back end so that I can take the truck out, on Saturday, Sunday, whatever that might look like. Right now, it's me, as far as that goes. So trying to just balance my own personal day right now of making sure that I get all my calls scheduled I'm supposed to do for my full-time job, but still also on the side doing everything that I need to try to get my business up and running. I think, moving forward and forecasting out, if you will, when I do have a team, is knowing that they're trusted people that, using different software, that type of thing, make sure they're where they're supposed to be at the right time, because I may not physically be there with them.
Just thinking back to our own experience of me starting 7 shifts and going from 1 person to we're 150 now, you do naturally do everything for a little while. And that point in which you transition to having someone help you is a point that everyone, if you ask them, says that they waited too long to do. That passing of the torch typically doesn't happen as fast as it should for a variety of reasons. I think people, myself included, are kind of like, I can do this better than any person coming in. And while that may be true, it's not going to be true as you look to continue to scale out the business and you get more bookings. And then pretty soon, and I've seen this a million times, where people are so busy in their business working that they can't see the forest of the trees. They're just like, someone will come in and go like, well, why don't you just hire someone? And it sounds like such a obvious comment. And the answer is, well, I don't have time. Like, you're just perpetuating this hamster wheel. And the longer you do that, the more burnout you're gonna go through. You have a partner with you running this food truck, or like, is Janice helping you in this endeavor as well?
Is supporting on the back end. She's got her own things that she's working on as well, but she's been a huge support as far as helping me get certain tasks and that type of thing done. And she'll be most likely be my first person on the truck with me, if you will, running the window while
nice.
I'm cooking, because that's kind of how our relationship started. She was a line cook with me. I hired her on when I was running Eden because she liked to cook. And so we're really good at working in tight spaces together and know how to kind of move around one another easily. And so I think that's also key in finding that right person to be on the truck, because it is such tight quarters, much smaller than a normal kitchen. So who's okay to be in that bubble, and how do we learn how to work around one another?
What was really clear for us is that while we knew each other really well, something we didn't go through the exercise as much as we should have is who's accountable for what. I love the single point accountability principle, which is that only one person can be accountable for that thing, but you can have multiple people that are maybe responsible, but only one person's accountable. And so I've kind of carried that throughout the history of building this company. And I think those boundaries are really good to set up, being like, look, I can do this really well. Why don't you take on this? And, shake hands. And when something does come up, when there's conflict, just talk it out. I think that's probably the best thing in the early stage to do.